I'm Jessica Eastman Stewart, and I generally help folks find more joy and ease at work and at home. So I love sending emails. Writing my email newsletter is probably the number one most favorite thing that I get to do every week. So my main email newsletter is called Jessica's Friday 5, and it's just 5 tips for living a more joyful and easy life. These days we have just over 12,000 subscribers, and I would like nothing more than just to write emails all the time. I find it to be so fun. It feels like a big group text with a bunch of amazing folks out in the world. So the tips that I share, it's 5 a week. They range on a number of topics. A typical issue might have a tip for organizing your email. We might crowdsource a list of Girl Scout cookie ordering links with my email community, and we'd share that back out. Really good instant pot spaghetti recipe, really good chai tea that I've discovered and I'm really loving, or how to search for unclaimed property that might be owed to you, or have you seen this really good video of Tom Holland lip syncing a Rihanna song? So it's just a lot of tips for, like I said, living a more joyful and easy life. So as I got started, it was early 2022 with my email list, and I knew that folks were enjoying my list. It was predictable, 5 tips a week, very scannable. I was getting a lot of positive feedback, and I saw that people were already sharing my list. I would have people tag me on social media like, oh, you should totally sign up for Jessica's emails. I'm really enjoying them. So occasionally I'd get an email. They're like, oh, I'm on your list because my friend, Joey said that it was great and I should sign up. So I knew that folks were already sharing my list. So when I saw that there was some software, and for me, it's been this tool called SparkLoop that would allow me to relatively easily set up a system so that people could have kind of a personalized link that they could share that would allow me to essentially like say thanks to people who were sharing my newsletter by giving them something after people signed up. I thought, let me try that. I love to try new things. The risk was relatively low, right? Like the worst thing that could happen is, I'd spend half an hour setting this up and then nobody would ever use it. I can handle that kind of failure if I needed to. And so I decided to set it up and try it out. And so I set it up and, put it in the bottom of my email template for a little while. Didn't even really mention it or call attention to it. But the way I set it up was if folks recommended, shared their link and 2 people signed up to my list, then I would send them one of my digital products for free. So this is a product that I normally sell for $10. It's a guide to designing a weekly family meeting. And people started doing it. So, pretty much the first week I tried it, I had some folks, folks who'd been on my list for a long time, folks that, I recognized because they responded to things as the early days of my email list, and we were still in the, low hundreds, but people were doing it. And I noticed that when, and the data showed me that when people share, it's usually a lot more than 2 people that are signing up. So I set it up so that they could get a reward with just 2 signups, which feels very doable to me. But the reality is that when somebody shares, most often it's a lot more than 2 people that sign up from a given referrer. So, I was looking at the data just this morning, some folks have sent, 25 or 30 people my way, others, 8 or 9. And so it tends to work when people share out in, social media or sending an email to a friend or texting their friends. It seems like people generally, are trusting their friends to say, hey, if my friend thinks this email newsletter is good, let me give it a try. And so that is working pretty well for me. I've, over the last couple of years, tried some different incentives. So I have, my original idea was, let me give them this, digital guide, and it's all automated. So it's pretty straightforward. I don't have to do anything. As soon as they get their kind of second sign up, they're automatically emailed this link. And so that all happens without me interfering, which is great. And it's not manual. So that's one thing I appreciate. But over the years, I've tried a couple different things. At one point, I decided, let me create a coupon book. specific to my audience. So I reached out to some companies. I already had some kind of affiliate link and coupons set up. I reached out to some friends who are online creators, and I got us some kind of coupons for things that I like out in the world, and said, well, let me see if I can give away this coupon book to folks who recommend to my list. Turns out that was not nearly as successful as the weekly family meeting guide. So went back to the weekly family meeting guide. Last year, I also saw somebody giving away gift cards. They were giving away gift cards to Chick-fil-A, and that wasn't quite the right fit for me. But I said, well, what if I say, I'll buy you a coffee. I'll give you a $5 Starbucks gift card if you recommend two friends. And so I tried that for a little while. I even sent specific emails and made it kind of time sensitive, like, hey, if you have two friends sign up by next Wednesday, I'll send you a gift card. I even did research on how am I going to send out bulk Starbucks gift cards without taking hours of my time. And it turns out I did not need to send out bulk Starbucks gift cards, because that was not successful at all with my audience. For some reason, they were just not that incentivized by that. And so my original idea has remained the best one for my particular audience. Though I know the different audiences, are seeing success with different things. I've seen some really big newsletters out there doing, coffee mugs and, hoodies and things like that for lots, they have step level prizes. I've never done, that kind of thing. When you recommend, two friends, you get this prize. And when you recommend five, we give you this prize. I've never tried that yet. But just the simple, hey, let me give you this thing that I normally sell for free as a thank you has worked pretty well for me over the years. I've gotten hundreds of folks signed up because their friend recommended them, and they seem to generally stay pretty engaged with my list over time. And I think it's because my friends are, telling people like them to join my list, right? And they're recommending kind of the people that they think will enjoy it, and they tend to be right about that. So it's been a really fun way to build my list. I've done a number of other things, but this is one of the really fun ways that I've built my list, because it feels very connected to my audience, which is one of the reasons I enjoy email marketing so much, is the connection with the community that we've built.
Jessica, this is so freaking smart. Enlisting your subscribers you already have to get more subscribers. This is something I've really, really, really wanted to try out in 2025. And you've just given me all the boost I need to get going and get asking people to get other people on the list. Anyway, if you are loving Jessica, you love her simple approaches, you are going to love her bite-sized business boost. I'm going to link to that freebie below. It's going to be, this email of get actionable tips for 30 days. And just like the summit was really bite-sized things, it's going to help you from PayPal settings you should turn on to playbooks for a virtual assistant, tested tools, resources, all that. Each tip, again, like the summit, is quick, practical, and proven to work. Get that in the show notes. I hope to see you over at our YouTube live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do some co-working. It's going to be amazing. And then, of course, I want you to hop over into the email sound booth and let us know, did you love Jessica's talk? And do you already have subscribers that you can incentivize to get more subscribers? And then, of course, on Thursday, the 13th, we're going to open up the annual pass. This has been long enough. I will just let you think about what that means and get excited for Thursday. I can't wait.